Margaret Kuhlman of Soul Astrology. The new moon this month is in Taurus, the very first degree, as though the comet of Aries had just hit the ground, slowed up, sent down roots, and decided to stay. It grows like a tree, growing moment by moment out of what it has grown on before, dependent on being thoroughly, totally present in order to grow. And growing slowly, sometimes imperceptibly, but always adapting to the circumstances and the food available. As human beings working at a different rate from the earth itself, we tend to see Taurus as fixed, stubborn, lazy, not moving at all, denying the value of breathing, heartbeat, inner workings of the body. We want to achieve stuff. And this month that dilemma, that dichotomy is really emphasized by having Mercury and Uranus together in Aries. So our thoughts, our innovative, wonderful imaginings of what could be, want to go ahead and get to the future way before the earth is actually ready. Whereas the sun and moon together are drawing attention to that beautiful kite shape they have become in the chart, connecting to Mars, the energy of life, Pluto, the changes that are needing to take place, and Neptune and Chiron, tuned in for healing our contact with the natural flow of things. This month really is about our contact with the earth, our connection with our bodies, and with the facts, the way things really are. It's asking us to sit back on our heels. It's asking us to pause and look around and be where we are. Be where we are in the way that acceptance, only acceptance can allow. When we judge, criticize, wish things were different, find fault, see things that really should not be so, when we do all those things, we're not really here. We're caught in the world of principles. We're caught in our heads, not where our bodies actually are. The way to manage this dichotomy this month is shown by that brown line, the quincunx, from Mercury, Uranus to Mars. Mars in Virgo now going forward at last, so the energy is released for creativity, for forward movement and manifestation, but a manifestation that is meant to improve life and to serve people, to serve situations, to serve the body. And the quincunx, which only really works if we're in service. If we put ourselves, our own, what we think is best, if we put that to one side and ask what is best, and then the innovations will be wonderful, supportive. The innovations may or may not be due for manifestation. They may be as ideas to be presented, to wait for the appropriate time. The pushing into the future, for all that the direction may be completely correct, is liable to fall flat on its face if we go ahead too fast. The square from Mercury-Uranus to Pluto is suggesting this. And yet, with that square, we are liable to come up against a kind of driven grip on those ideas, a desire to force things through. Any forcing of that kind is liable to be damaging. Chiron has a lovely connection to Pluto. It's not that we're meant to keep things the way they are, but rather to have our ideas and then feel into how things are, and let life decide when is the right time for action. Venus being in Gemini is giving us a lovely clue that relationship with each other during this time is still very much about communicating. And Jupiter, making his last couple of months' movement through Taurus before moving into Gemini, is encouraging our focus on the practical. We've been clearing the decks as Mars was retrograde. Now it's going forwards. Perhaps we really are ready for some of those new manifestations we have been hoping for. But the suggestion is that we allow them to come about, rather than trying to force the issue by talking. The talking is to communicate, just to say where we are. It's not meant to do the effective thing of making people do what we would like. In this whole process, we may find that we are not the people we thought we were. Uranus is about detachment and freedom, and when the mind tangles with Uranus, sometimes there are gaps in conversation, gaps in thought processes, which allow in experiences we've never had before. These are the moments when perhaps we'll be getting the inspiration needed for present time action, rather than thinking that we know already. So communication looks very interesting this month. There's a need to be prepared to have your ideas and drop them, and make room for new ideas, to consider all possibilities, to be open in the mind. And perhaps most beautifully, the Uranus-Mercury could be used for seeing between the thoughts, between the identities that we claim, to fly with consciousness, free as a bird. For all that there could be communication problems, there can also be a wonderful freeing up through the communication, as Mercury and Uranus trine the North Node in Sagittarius. This month, perhaps, especially the first few days after the new moon, our minds will be open to the bigger picture. Taurus is not about thought, but the mind's activity is important this month. So what is it about the mind? It's the spaces between the thoughts. It is the place where thought bubbles up into being, perhaps the spring of awareness itself. First, fill your body with love, the same love that you bestow on your beloved, whoever that may be. Love every cell of your body, every process that is its life. Sit in perfect relaxation, in trust that you will hold yourself safe, without criticism, without forgetting. Sink gently into the loving arms of the angel of earth. Let your mind spread out and contemplate the vast spread of sky above, clouds, blueness, deep space darkness beyond, satellites moving steadily, stars. Breathe the space for a while. Then recollect your mind, noticing the old falling away and the new sprouting leaves. I wonder what the plants that grow will be.